welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, and I'm here with your readings for June the 17th through June the 23rd. So listen, thank you for all the likes, shares, comments and new subscribers. I really appreciate you. If you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return again next week. If you are returning, thank you. Guys, I really appreciate your love and support of this channel. Thank you so much. These are general readings, guys, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Please don't assume that everything I say here is applicable to you and your life. If you would like a more in-depth, personal, more tailored reading, then go to my website. The link will be below and you can see the types of readings that I offer. And there's a range of prices to accommodate everyone. Now, another way you can support this channel is by checking out my Patreon page. I post things on there that I don't post anywhere else, though I have to admit this last week I have been a little laxy-daisy in posting anywhere, actually. That's a story in and of itself. But I do, so check out my Patreon page. You can support this channel for as little as $1 a month. Actually, even little if you want to just do a one-time donation. And no donation is too small. It's all really helpful. And you know, and it's okay if you can't do that too. You know, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your friends and family or on social media. Now, I also have a Facebook group, guys, and it's a closed group. If you can, the link to join that group is below in the show more section. In fact, all the links are below. The links to the other videos are below. Everything should be below. All the links to the videos, all the other videos, if you're checking out your sun, moon and rising. These readings come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this, and then the weekly astrological aspects, and then the tarot reading. So if you're checking out your sun, moon and rising, you can skip the intro and the astrology section, and those timestamps will also be below. Now, what do I have to do? Yeah, in my group, every 2 weeks I do a live feed, and you know, and I do kind of astrology for what's going on in the day, and then I, you know, have my cards and I do readings. So it's fun. Join the Facebook group and we discuss, you know, you can post something in there, you know, that's uplifting and positive, and we'll all love that. I am releasing, I am starting a course, a 4-week course on how to meet your spirit guide. I will be releasing that in the next week or so. I'll be releasing the date. The first ever course will be an interactive course. I will be present, you'll be present. We'll do it in a 4-week section, 1 hour each week, 1 evening. So we will, you know, that information, it's really inexpensive for a 4-week course. That's, you know, that the information on that will be, go to my website, you'll see it. And so I'll be releasing a promo for more information on that shortly, and you can check that out. And other than that, hey, let's go to your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading for the 17th through the 23rd. Now, Monday, June the 17th, the full moon in Sagittarius happens at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the full moon is when the sun is opposite the moon and illuminating it. That's why it's so, such a beautiful, it's directly opposite, so it's beautiful and luminous. And full moons shed a light on the truth. It kind of lights up an area of your life that needs addressing. Now, the moon receives that lovely light from the sun's giving the light. The sun is in Gemini, right? So this full moon is about communication. Gemini rules communication. Now, the moon is in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is also about the truth, right? So, and it can be about litigation, the legal system, and injustice. Look, Sagittarians can tell you the truth in such a way that it can be offensive sometimes, because it's really, one might say, the brutal truth, right? Brutal honesty. So Sagittarius is about being truthful, right? And the moon is about showing you the truth. So there will be an area, it depends on where this full moon happens in your natal chart as to how it will affect you and which area of life it will affect you. Now, this is a karmic full moon, and full moons are always about completions, endings, and letting go, right? So perhaps we need to think about how we can release our karmic debt. And it's also about, you know, making the right decisions so that we're not accruing more karma, and that we are, you know, sloughing off the karmic debt that we have accrued in the past. The moon in Sagittarius is about idealism, sensitivity, and compassion, right? And it's relatively close to Jupiter in Sagittarius, and that Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and it's about optimism, positivity, faith, religion, and philosophy. We might be redefining our beliefs during this time, and perhaps there's a change in our belief system, or, you know, it's kind of shifted somewhat. I'm not saying a drastic change in, you know, your belief system, but it could have kind of just shifted a lot. It might have got more deeper and more meaningful. And this change has probably been coming around for a little while now. It might be a good idea to ask yourself, what has changed for you? What has come to fruition that you perhaps planted a seed of at the new moon a few weeks ago? The energy around this full moon will be really intense, that it's so intense that you may feel a little restless at times. So you could be longing for adventure or long distance travel, perhaps even a spiritual retreat might be on your mind. Listen, we need to make choices that release karma, and we really don't want to accrue any more. So do your best not to judge others, and respect where they are at in their journey. Neptune will be playing a big role this week also. It has for a little while now already, but we'll talk more about Neptune in a moment. So it's really important to practice sensitivity, compassion during this full moon. Tap into that sensitivity, and it is about idealism. It's about, you know, helping others. How can we help others? How can we help the collective? That's what we need to be asking ourselves. It's kind of an exciting time, I think. Now, on Wednesday, Mercury gets really up close and comfortable with Mars. It feels like the pace is picking up, right? Things kind of move a little faster. You're more inspired. You know, your mental energy and acuity is abundant. So you're really on point. Now, you could kind of have aggressive language and perhaps and sarcastic communication could be likely. There may not be any filter from what you think to what you say. You know, that can occur. And look, this is really great for journalists and reporters, because you get right to the point really fast and, you know, quick without any messing around. You can be a little impatient during this time, like, oh, you know, you're thinking quick, you want the answers quick, that kind of energy. Now, on Friday, the sun moves into Cancer. Yay! Happy birthday, Cancer! Now, on this day, it is also the summer solstice. It's like the midsummer, right? It's the longest day of the year. It's when the sun is at the highest point. And so, therefore, the day is really long. So there's something to celebrate. Now, also on Friday, Neptune stations retrograde. Now, this is like your mind playing tricks on you. It's kind of confusion. It's a bit foggy. It's dreamy. You know, pay attention to your dreams, both during the day and at night. And be aware that you can go off in your head, right? Because, you know, when the planet's been slowing down for a little while now, Neptune. So creativity and, you know, and spirituality and intuition and psychic ability are all at play. You know, interest in the occult, like, you know, tarot and astrology is very, you know, people are very interested in that right now. It kind of feels like molasses, like you're walking in molasses. It feels like you don't get anything done. You feel it's a very distracting kind of energy. The best way to channel this is through creativity. You know, writing a story, writing, you know, visual arts, you know, video, anything that's kind of creative. That's how you channel this energy, and that's how you get the most of it. That's co-creating with it, right? Now, on Sunday, the 23rd, Venus opposes Jupiter. You could be spending a little too much time in the mirror, darling. It's very kind of, it's vanity oriented, right? It's very important how you look. You want to look fabulous. You want to feel, it's that kind of energy where you take people for granted and you take situations for granted. So it's like a feeling of entitlement. Just be aware of that. Be aware not to get too egocentric during this time, or, you know, I'm better than you, holier than thou, you better love me and you better do what I deserve it. Darling, it's very that. So luxury is appreciated, beauty, art, you know, that's perhaps where you should channel that. Not looking in the mirror, but looking at something beautiful like art, you know, listening to a beautiful music. That's where you can channel this energy. Okay, guys, let's go to your card, shall we? Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your your tarot card section of your reading. I've already shuffled them, as I always say, and just one last shuffle for you. Okay, this is for Cancer. For Cancer, what wonderful blessings, guidance, and helpful information can you give Cancer for this coming week? Okay, 3 cards for Cancer, please. 3 cards for Cancer. What wonderful blessings and guidance can you give Cancer for this coming week? Great. Oh, 2 more cards for... Oh, 1 more card for Cancer. 1 more card for Cancer, please. 1 more card for Cancer. Oh, they're popping up and going right back in. Coming out and then going right back in. 1 more card for Cancer, please. Wonderful blessings, guidance, and helpful information. Can you give Cancer for this coming week, please? Oh, wow. 2 more came out. Finally. Finally, it happened to me. Oh, here we go. Very interesting, Cancer. I love it. Okay, these are clarifying cards. Let me see. Okay, clarifying cards. Okay, let's do this. Please clarify the... Oh, there you go. Please clarify... Oh, and please clarify... Oh, that's so funny that 2 cards came out at the same time. Okay, Cancer, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. This week anyway it starts. So, the first card out for you is the 4 of, I almost said Pentacles, Wands. Clarifying the 4 of Wands is the Strength card. Then you have the Page of Pentacles. And clarifying the Page of Pentacles is the Page of Cups. Then you have the Lovers card. Right next to the Lovers card is the Ace of Wands. Clarifying the Lovers card and the Ace of Wands is the King of Wands and the Death card. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Okay, so the first card out is the Four of Wands. This indicates the ending of something. This could be the full moon, the completion of a project, something that's actually finished that you're proud of and you've done a good job. And, you know, it could be something that has been ongoing for a little while, but you finished it and there is celebration. This is a celebratory card. And it also indicates a really good foundation from which to build upon. Now, clarifying it is the Strength card. The Strength card is about self-discipline. You know, kindness and compassion always comes to mind when this card comes up. But I feel that this is discipline in order to, you've got to kind of keep the momentum going. So this is, and it's about not being distracted by anything, not getting, not going on a path or taking you away from what you're supposed to do. So I'm really feeling that you have to use that self-discipline in order to stay on track and on point, because things are really looking great for you. You do not want to be distracted by anything. You've got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles, look, pages are messengers, and this is opulence. Look, there's a you know, a peacock in the background. That's abundance, you know, and he's dressed very luxuriously. So this can be a message of an opportunity, but pages are messengers, and you could get a message of love. So you could be getting a message for, and this is, you know, the sun right now, this week before it moves into Cancer on Friday, it is in Gemini. So Gemini is kind of messages and communication of all kinds. So it could be a text, it could be an email. Keep your eye out, because you could get an opportunity that comes through an email, or even, you know, a snail mail, even in the letterbox. So you have a message of love and a message of opportunity. But also, pages are an indication that you are ready to move on to the next phase of your life. And as you have two pages, I feel that you are, because pages have been in service to the king and the knight, right? And they have been learning through being an apprentice, and then at some point they have to go out and experience being a knight for themselves, right? So this could indicate that you are ready to move on to the next phase. You have perhaps been studying something or learning something as much as you can, and now you kind of are ready to move on to a better, a higher position. And then you have, the next card is the Lover's card. Now, if you interpret this as a message of love, the Lover's card can come in. And this is the beginning of a new love. I am getting this as a beginning of a relationship for some of you, for sure. Some of you may have met someone and you're taking it to the next level, or it could be that you meet someone this week and it's very passionate. And it's a new beginning, and it's kind of exciting for you, Cancer. Now, clarifying it is the King of Wands and the Death card. The King of Wands is saying, this is a wonderful relationship. Yes, embrace it and love it and feel all the passion. And the King of Wands is about passion too. He's also, you know, he can get bored very easily. So when he comes in, it's saying put spirituality first. Don't just you know, lose yourself in this whirlwind romance kind of thing. This is about putting spirituality first, doing the right thing for the right reason. So slow it down a little. Don't move in too fast. I'm gonna say, I thought of that song. Slow down, you're moving too fast. You gotta make the morning last. So when he comes in, you have to kind of be guided by spirit. You know, it's like sometimes you get taken up in that whirlwind and it's all passion, and Neptune is playing in the background and telling you how amazing and this is spiritual, but it may not be. But you also have the Death card. It's about a transformation. Look, the Death card is about death and rebirth. Some of you are really changing in terms of being in relationships. This is asking you not to get lost in this relationship. I think this relationship is going to change you in some way, in a very deep, transformative way. I would say that this is a wonderful opportunity for you to grow in this relationship. Now, do I think that this could last? It possibly could. Then again, it may not. When the Death card comes up, I feel like it's a wild card. So I feel that some of you will really transform and you'll be able to kind of come out on top in this relationship, or be completely changed in a very wonderful way. This can also be, I feel that this could be a spiritual relationship. This could be a relationship with spirit. I feel that some of you, this is a relationship on this physical plane, but some of you are actually really connecting with your guides. And I feel that this is going to change you in a really fundamental way. And I think that that's definitely what I'm getting here. So some of you may fall in love and, you know, be swept off your feet romantically. But I really feel that some of you are kind of connecting on a higher, on the ethereal realm, and you are being swept up in that. And it's really a transformation for you. So it's almost like your rebirth. You've perhaps been on this journey for a while, and maybe you've made a really deepening contact, and that's very, very likely with Neptune playing a role. The veil between reality and the ethereal realm is very thin, and it's very easy to make that connection right now. So you are being asked to really do it responsibly, you know. I'm doing this spirit how to meet your spirit guide course because we need to kind of contact the ethereal realm in a very responsible way. And there are steps to be taken before you connect. But this is definitely about coming out of this a totally changed person. It's like you go into this experience one person, and then you kind of release that person and you become who you're meant to be, really. You're reborn. You're reborn in what you're meant to do and to be. It's very deep. But remember, always with the intention of for the higher good of you and for everyone around you. Always keep that in mind. It's very important, Cancer. And some of you, you're going to be swept off your feet. Definitely. I feel that some of you are moving into a really deep kind of spiritual kind of realm, a whole way of doing things and being and believing. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, family, and perhaps on social media. And please comment. I read and respond to every comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.